Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Hello, all of you. Here we begin with the day 2 of customs, right? As we decided, all the 30 pages material is given to you. And today being the second class, we will, of course, revise yesterday's class because it's a promise to not only make you understand, but to make you learn, right? And along with this, we will start and take up today types of custom duty, and then 2 more classes required to do the quality good practice of the problems. So this is going to come in your CMA exam for 7 marks questions and 4 marks MCQs, right? Good evening, all of you. Keep joining. That's why I keep playing some music for some time. And how is your study plan going on? As I said, GST 24 lectures are there of average 2 hours, some less than 2 hours also, right? Okay, not even 24 for CMA students. The accounts and records and TDS TCS in GST, these 2 lectures are not applicable. Place of supply is added in both, in the CA CMA CS all. Okay, so every day if you watched 3 hours, say with 1.25 speed like that, you can complete your GST also. Notes and all are all available in Telegram. I'm clearing all your doubts and super duper excited to give you more of chapter wise exam if you show the interest, if you comment below, if you are willing to write. Quality good papers will be set along with MCQs and all. Okay. Now, is there any doubt in yesterday's class? Sorry, please, 2 minutes break. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वेटिंग. बोलो, कुछ डाउट है आपको कहीं पे? Yesterday we have started custom. It's a tradition. If your goods are coming to our country, you should pay some charge. So that's why we charge custom duty on import. Normally we want to export, I mean say encourage export, especially handicrafts and all these items. So we want to encourage exports. So more of the foreign currency should come India and our rupee value should increase. So hardly there are products, only very few products which we want to discourage the exports. यहीं पे कम है, बाहर क्यों भेजना है? Then we are charging export duty. But yes, import duty is applicable on all the goods. So today we will not only understand the types of duty, we will understand the format also. Format is like 2 things are there. How to calculate the custom duty, what all expenses to be added. Ma'am, are you talking about section 15 of the GST? Value of supply, transaction value? Answer is yes. This I am going to say hi, hello today, so that tomorrow when I do few add-ons and solve the problem, it is going to be clear. So right now, nothing to see in your material. We are doing chapter number 2. Required, shall I revise at the end? चैप्टर नंबर 1 एंड में रिवाइज करेंगे. अभी सीधा करते हैं शुरू. इट वाज बेसिक्स एंड आई एम अज्यूमिंग इट्स ऑल क्लियर. If you have any doubt anywhere, please ask. Okay, we are doing right now today the types of custom duty, but how duty is charged. Okay, right. Question and answer format. I'll give you one more format also, dear students, that I'll be adding in the third class. But few things which are very important, I want to take up repeatedly. That's why this question and answer format. Types of custom duty, question and answer format. Okay? So how you are going to solve the problems? First is you will get the assessable value. Assessable value is nothing but the CIF. Ma'am, what is FOB? What is CIF? If still there is a confusion, I'll write it below this. But right now, suppose you are starting with the assessable duty. The first type of the custom duty which is applicable on all the imports at the rate mentioned in first schedule of Custom Tariff Act. Ma'am, why you are repeating again and again for MCQs? In the second schedule, the rate of customs are given for exports. So right now, this is, yeah, basic custom duty is to be charged on this. Now, after the basic custom duty, like on tax, you know, this is exactly like your income tax, tax pay surcharge, ESES, all. Like that, we have basic custom duty is also called as BCD. Then we have social welfare, social welfare surcharge. It is a kind of addition duty to be calculated on basic duty at the rate of 10%. What's the rate of the basic duty? It will be given in the exam. 10%, 18%. Nothing given, you can take it as 10%. I hope you are getting. I'm giving you the mindset so that if that is clear, super duper speed ke saath you can do the problem in exam. So on assessable value, calculate the basic custom duty. On basic custom duty, calculate social welfare surcharge at 10%. Okay. And now what you get? Now what you get is called as the assessable value for GST. And we all know that imports are treated as interstate sales. और इस पे क्या लगता है? IGST. Ma'am, IGST on assessable value up or down on this? On this assessable value, you will add IGST. Okay? Right. Assessable value pe IGST. Ma'am, that means the GST will be calculated on the value of the goods plus the basic custom duty and SWS. Answer is yes. In the last exam, this they have asked in MCQs. Can't say how much this format is like prayer for custom. Start with this. So IGST. Okay, I hope you remember in the first chapter of the GST, we have studied something called as goods compensation cess, in which the amendment for this financial year 23-24 is that compensation cess is, this is just for information I am writing, it's going to continue till 2026. Earlier, before GST, it was not a destination based tax. It was like few items were covered in the state tax. So state was getting whole money. Now they said either IGST or CGST or SGST. So half of the tax is going to center. So states were having crores of rupees of loss. To compensate that over and above IGST on the sin products. What are sin products, dear students? Yeah. Sin products are products which are not much recommended to be used. That is pan masala, gutka, tobacco, and like those items. On that, good compensation cess at 28% was recovered. Now IGST is also on this and goods compensation cess also on this. beautifully mark these arrows. I miss doing it with a separate color, but aap karo. Ma'am, we know this format. I know that the students know this format and they are confident to get 7 marks. But the chota sa mistake happens is IGST also, if they calculate on the CIF value, gone. Huh? एंड गुड्स कंपेंसेशन सेस किस पे कैलकुलेट होगा? आईजीएसटी पे नहीं होगा. आईजीएसटी इज नथिंग बट जीएसटी. मैम, इंपोर्ट गुड्स आर ट्रीटेड एज इंटरस्टेट सेल. आंसर इज यस. एंड ऑन दैट, goods and compensation cess is also calculated on assessable value. This is your total value of supply. Okay. So how much is the total duty payable? That will also be clear to all of you if they ask you separately, or the total value of goods. Total value of goods when they reach your manufacturing unit or when they are cleared for home consumption. Assessable value plus basic custom duty calculated at 10% or 18% given rate on assessable value. Social welfare surcharge calculated on the basic. You get assessable value for GST. Then you have IGST, and then you have the goods compensation cess. Okay. I want to repeat, both these are calculated on assessable value inclusive of the basic custom duty and the social welfare. Okay. I missed out on one thing on the format. Ma'am, if there are other duties जैसे कि your anti-dumping duty, protective duties, safeguarding duties, then on that also do we have to pay IGST and goods compensation cess? Answer is yes. But on these you don't have to pay the social welfare. This is just the format. I'm starting with this. I'll clear all the types of duties and I'll again end with this so that this becomes a beautiful tasty club sandwich. समझ में आ रहा है? तो हम ये format को अभी discuss कर रहे हैं and I'll not miss out. But in all your chat, looking at the chat and all, if I miss out clearing this doubt, I'll surely do it at the end. Have you all taken the printout of the material? Right? Chalo, let us begin today's class with types of duties. Okay? Right. So directly going to page number 2. Chapter number 2. All definitions, all goods. हाँ, इसमें मुझे remittance और उसके बारे में थोड़ा clarity देना है yesterday's class, but at the end. Now, import duty is paid. Yeah, I have yet not cleared you what is FOB and CIF in detail. I'll do that. Import duty. As per the first schedule of the Custom Tariff Act, export duty as per the second schedule of the Custom Tariff Act. Okay. So this is very much asked in MCQ. बहुत easy आते हैं. What are the types of duties? Basic custom duty, protective duty, safeguarding duty, countervailing duty, anti-dumping duty, social welfare surcharge, IGST and GST compensation cess. Okay, जहां IGST लिखा है वहां पे लिख दो import is treated as interstate sale. कहां पड़ा? डीम सप्लाई लेवी में सेक्शन 7 में 9 में of the GST. So of course import of goods, we are talking only about goods, is treated as IGST and GST compensation cess is also applicable. Next, let us start with section 12, which talks about basic custom duty. The duty is levied as per 12 of the Custom Act. Section 2 of the Custom Tariff Act provides the rate at which duty of custom shall be charged. So custom duty is levied either on the transaction or tariff value. Okay, right. 1 second. Today there is lot of power fluctuation, so I was also in a dilemma ki class lena le. Is the volume, sound and all clear? Those who all are live can comment. But then you have less time left for your exam. चलिए साथ में. Yeah. AC. So you remember I always say if it is all clear, just at least let me know. Is the format clear to all of you? Now, why am I talking? Ma'am, we are going to do this tomorrow. You said transaction value and tariff value. On what value I have to charge? That's called transaction value. जिसमें काफी add less होगा. We'll do it in the tomorrow's class. Tariff value, sometimes forget about at what rate you have imported. Okay, for example, you have imported 1 kg gold. We will assume that the value is 6 lakhs. So according to 6 lakhs, you pay the custom duty. We are not bothered that whether this 1 kg gold you have imported at 60,000 or 7 lakh. Are you getting? So tariff value is the pre-decided transaction value for some products given by government. Other than that, arm's length transaction value. Okay. So custom duty is paid at the rates given in the first schedule. The duty charged by this system may be specified duty or ad valorem, percentage. Nothing given, it has to be ad valorem, means percentage on the transaction value. Now, ma'am, what will be the basic custom duty rate? If they don't give, take it as 10%. Generally, they give 18% or whatever. Now, why there are two rates to be charged? Standard rate of duty and preferential rate of duty. Okay. For some countries where we have very good relations and we want to encourage import and export, we have some terms with those countries, then we may say, okay, if you are bringing the goods from A country, then basic custom duty is 10%. If you are bringing the goods from B country, B comes under preferential categories of countries for India, and so the basic custom duty may be 7%. So for some time, if they give nothing given in the exam, 99.9%, your questions are always solved as per standard rate of duty. Generally, all the goods are liable to duty at this rate. This rate is higher than the preferential rate. Just a second. Sorry, yeah. All the goods are liable. This rate is higher than the preferential rate, 10%. Where goods are imported from notified preferential area, then preferential rate of duty is applicable. It is a concessional rate for importation. Import should make a specific claim for concessional rate and satisfy specified conditions. If importer fails to satisfy those conditions, then goods shall be liable to standard rate even if the goods are imported from preferential area. Okay. See, if your goods are imported subject to certain conditions, then they may allow some preferential rate for some countries. Otherwise, it's always standard rate. So basic custom duty is charged on what? On the assessable value. And now next is social welfare surcharge. It's like health and education cess on tax. So this is calculated at 10% on the total custom duty. Okay, not on all the custom duties. थोड़े पे ही लगता है. Let us see. Such surcharge is not levied on export. Mark it very, very important for MCQ. Social welfare surcharge is not applicable. See, when you're marking for the MCQs, you are giving yourself an alertness and that will help you to recollect in the exam also. ठीक है? तो इसको बिल्कुल मार्क करके रखो that they can ask you, is social welfare surcharge applicable on export duty also? Answer is no. Okay. So it is applicable on what? Import custom duty. Yeah. Social welfare surcharge, SWS, will be 3% in case of goods being gold, silver, including plated with platinum, unwrought, or in semi-manufactured form or in powder form. So for few articles, the social welfare, this surcharge is applicable at 3%. Nothing given, it has to be taken at 10%. It is applicable on basic duty and protective duty and not on any other duty. प्रोटेक्टिव ड्यूटी भी बहुत कम ही रहता है एग्जाम में. So nothing given while solving the questions. On basic custom duty, add social welfare surcharge, then add all the other duties. Take a pause and see what part I have already done for you in the notebook. बार बार देखेंगे जब तक कोई नींद में से उठाए. The reason of fitting this too much in your mind is to get a good speed in exam. Basic custom duty on assessable value, social welfare on the custom duty, and all the other duties after this. And now what you get on that IGST and goods compensation cess. Okay. So again, I want to write here also social welfare surcharge charged only on import, only on import, not on export. Perfect. Clear. Second is social welfare surcharge charged only on basic custom duty and in some cases protective duty agar diya hai to. On all the other duties, GST and goods compensation cess will be charged if given. Okay, right. Don't add goods compensation cess on your own if not given. Only thing you have to add on your own is social welfare surcharge 10% on the basic custom duty, even if they don't say. Done? 1 second. Chalo. Next is what, dear students? Integrated goods and service tax, that is IGST. Any article which is imported in India shall in addition be liable to integrated tax. See, otherwise what will happen, that those goods which are manufactured in India, still some of the goods we are paying custom duty and excise duty, and then we have this GST and IGST and goods compensation. Foreign ke goods mein sirf custom duty, so they are going to be cheaper, and we want to discourage import. Are you all clear why we want to discourage the import? Yeah, the more we import, we need to pay, yes, in dollars. So better is we want to encourage exports so that more of dollars will come in India. Followed or not? And the value of money will increase. See, that's why so much emphasis nowadays is given even to tourism in India. Rather than traveling across the world, almost like India is having so much diverse culture places. It's not wrong to go abroad also. All cultures are good. But so when we encourage Indian tourism, again, more foreign currency is coming to India. Okay. So IGST is charged. It shall be levied at the rate given. For the purpose of levying IGST, value of imported article will be the value of the imported article, either as determined by 14.1 ad valorem or 14.2 tariff value. Any custom duty, any sum chargeable on article under any, मतलब और कोई भी duty है, anti-dumping duty, safeguarding duty, but does not include IGST and compensation cess. So before IGST and compensation cess, what's the value? On that it will be charged. For that already an example is solved here. Goods of 1 lakh have been imported and applicable rate of the custom duty is 10%. So what's the assessable value or the transaction value as per section 14.1? 1 lakh. Basic custom duty is 10% on this. And IGST is 18%. Ma'am, they didn't give anything for the social welfare surcharge. Should we still charge? Answer is yes. I want to repeat maybe 100 times also. If you say I'll do that, karna hi hai, galti. Students never get 0 in this question, but they never get 5 out of 5. क्यों? Social welfare surcharge किस पे calculate होगा बेटा? B पे. On this. Now what is your value? 1,11,000 and IGST on this. Ma'am, goods compensation cess is not there. Yeah, on all the GST it is not levied. तो यहाँ नहीं है. So this is the total value of the product, but they have asked you to calculate total duty. Oh, by mistake I have done here. In exam, we should make one more column. What is the total duty? 10,000, 1,000 and 19,980. Now is it correct? What is the total duty? 1, 2 and 3. And what is the total value? That we can calculate separately. Beautiful point is, ma'am, on imported goods, I have paid IGST 19,980. Will I get a credit for this? Will I get a credit? I mean, say input tax credit for this? Answer is yes. Very important point for MCQ. You can note down that on IGST paid, कितने MCQ बन सकते हैं फॉर्मेट और क्वेश्चन आंसर के लिए भी important है. On IGST paid, is ITC available? Answer is yes. Okay. Ma'am, why you're recording all of it in live? You can just upload all the lectures together. ना बिल्कुल अच्छा है. कभी सुबह में एक साथ 2-3 lectures I can record and then upload it, and then you can watch it one by one in YouTube. उसमें मजा नहीं है जो live पढ़ाने में मजा है. So that if you are also live with me, you can take the benefit. ठीक है? चलो. Okay. Where the goods are deposited in a warehouse under the provisions of Custom Act and are sold to any person before clearance for home consumption or export, the value of such goods for purpose of calculating IGST. See, abhi to goods are in the warehouse. They have not cleared for home consumption. Here only we have sold to someone else. Do we need to charge again? Yeah. If it's within the state, CGST, SGST nahi to IGST to lagega. Where whole of goods are sold, value determined as per the above provisions will be the transaction value or the transaction value, whichever is higher. Where any part of goods is sold, proportionate value of the goods or the transaction value. Where whole of warehouse goods or part thereof are sold more than once before clearance, transaction value of the last such transaction should be. Abhi yahi dekho. What is the total value of this goods? Once तो already we have charged IGST as import. 1,11,000 plus 30,980. 141,980. They are still in the warehouse. And then they are sold to someone for 1,60,000. So this, okay, this is the value determined as per aforesaid provision 141 or the transaction value, whichever is higher. So this. इस पे फिर से GST लगेगा. It's a second transaction. I want to repeat. When I import, it is imported and I'm paying IGST. Import is treated as one transaction IGST. Now again, when it is sold for 160, 170, it's a second transaction. If it is sold within the state, CGST, SGST. Interstate, IGST will be charged. Once again, until now 2 pages are over and it's like इतना easy है. ये topic कभी कभी मेरा मन करता है कि attest at 4 hours 6 hours, like you know we do DT marathon 5 hours 6 hours, like that we can complete at a stretch, but that will not go inside, so the repetition is required. Basic custom duty. Duty is levied as per section 12. Okay, that's clear. Nothing given at the standard rate. Social welfare surcharge is levied at 10% on the basic custom duty. IGST is levied. IGST is levied on the basic custom duty, social welfare surcharge, other duties put together, total value on this IGST is levied. Okay, and goods compensation cess will be charged on the luxury products, high-end car, demerit products like pan masala, tobacco, aerated drinks for a period of 5 years in order to compensate the loss. So right now, if you want, you can write till 2026, it's going to continue. GST compensation cess will be levied on percentage basis on value of goods imported plus custom duty plus other duties plus social welfare surcharge. Sub milake on the final amount, the GST compensation cess is levied. Generally, the silly mistake students do, beta, is on the assessable value they calculate IGST, और IGST पे GST compensation cess calculate करते हैं. वो wrong है. ये भी assessable value पे ही calculate होगा. Again in English, just to stress one word, if I say in Hindi, again I get 2 minutes. Ma'am, please record everything in English. अरे English में ही है बाबा. Okay. Next one, then we are now starting with different types of the duties. So we have in that the first one, protective duty, section 6. In order to protect the interest of industries established in India. See, I hope you all remember post this COVID, so much emphasis is there on Atmanirbhar Bharat. We want to encourage the startups. We want to do all the activities right from the manufacturing and everything of Indian product. But so many times it happens, no, that foreign products are just coming into India at a very cheap rate, right? To protect, and if that comes, then this is going to be one of the very highest demerits for the Indian industries. यहाँ पे भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होता है बहुत, it's a very good quality manufacturing, but then if the products from outside India are coming at a very cheap rate, then we need to protect the interest of the industries and factories in India. Central government may give the protective duty on goods imported in India. Government may impose such duty on the recommendation made to it by the tariff commission. Tariff commission will recommend and they will put the protective duty. See, there are few duties government themselves will put, like abhi aayega aage, anti-dumping duty and all. But what's the difference here? Tariff commission will recommend, and on their recommendation they will introduce protective duty. This duty is effective only and inclusive of the date, if any, specified in the first schedule. That today onwards this protective duty will be levied on these products. Ma'am, then on protective duty also social welfare surcharge, answer is yes. बस basic और protective duties को छोड़ के on none other this social welfare surcharge is applicable. Next, safeguarding duty, where central government is satisfied that an article is imported in India in increased quantity in bulk. We can take so many examples, like so many products are imported from China, like we can literally call it as like a flood, like for example stationery market. And you know, when we buy the products also, imported compass boxes and fancy erasers and pens and all, use and throw pen ka concept nahi tha years back. I remember when I was in school, we used to fill up the ink every day before going to school. That was a task. We never would get this use and throw pens. Chale to raat tak, nahi to chand tak. You know what are these? These products are, because there many other factors, labor and all is cheap. From there, the stationery, say a pencil is being sold at 2 rupees. Whereas our indigenous manufacturing with all the burden of so many taxes in India, मैम अब तो सिर्फ जीएसटी है, फिर भी है जीएसटी है, कॉम्पेंसेशन सेस है, there are products on which other VAT and excise है कुछ ना कुछ. So on this pencil which is available for 2 rupees in the foreign countries, and in India it is available as 10 rupees, so people are going to buy this product. To discourage this, they will put safeguarding duty. Okay, that if you import from China this item, you have to pay duty. Whether central government is satisfied that an article is imported, that's why so much of, I remember recently I visited a handicrafts exhibition in Hyderabad. It's very famous. It's called as Shilpa Raman. There they say that all the artisans across India, from Gujarat, from Orissa, from Kashmir, from South Kerala, all of them are having stalls there, and they are not charged stall fare, just to encourage people to buy their products and motivate them, है ना? So where the central government is satisfied that an article is imported into India in increased quantity, it's like dumped, flooded, like China ke lamps bhi aa gaye the. We don't know they celebrate Diwali or not, but they manufactured all because it was in huge demand in India. Diwali lanterns, right? Any such article is imported so as to cause or threaten to cause serious injury to the domestic industry. Sometimes they'll put this, that depends on product to product and other conditions. So it may apply safeguarding duty. Following conditions are satisfied, then safeguarding duty will not be imposed. Such article is originating from a developing country. Yeah, these 2 points are very, very important. Not only for, मुझे लगता है ये MCQ में आएंगे 2 marks के लिए. That's why I've underlined, marked it important, and they can be asked in question answer format also. Safeguarding duty is going to be levied for all your imports from developing countries, but it will not be levied if such article is originating from a developing country. An aggregate import from country or countries shall not exceed, where article is originating from one developing country, the share of import of that article from that country does not exceed 3% of the total import of that article. See, this is very important, beta. ये क्या लिखा है? Developing country. India, Sri Lanka, Burma, जो भी है, not developed country, USA, UK. So if you are importing from developing country and the total import from that country, okay, uska 3%, the share of import of article from that country does not exceed 3% of the total import of that article into India. Sorry, huh? Total import of that article is from 5 countries. So the countries whose share is less than 3%, no safeguarding duty. See, my country is developing, so I'm putting all safeguarding, anti-dumping, and what do you call as protective duty, so that my product should be competitive with the world market. उनका रेट 10 रुपए, हमारा रेट 100, आ जाओ, आपको 90 रुपीज ड्यूटी लगा देंगे, एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी. अब करो compete, your product 100, our product 100. From there, actually it is 100, but just they want to encourage, so that their country is giving subsidy. Some ultimately all the object is same. They want to dominate the Indian market and sell their product. So for them it is export, for us it is import. So if I am importing from 5 countries and somewhere I have imported less than 3%, then it's okay. That country is also developing. It's not going to harm me so much. No need to put the safeguarding duty. You want an example for this? Then comment below, so I will add example on my own. अभी कर लेते हैं example add. Where article is originating from more than one developing country, the aggregate of the import from all countries does not exceed 9% of the total import of that article in India. Aggregate of the import from all such countries does not exceed 9% of the total of that article in India. समझ में आ रहा है? एक कंट्री से import of your total import is less than 3%, no problem. But we are importing from A, B, C, D, E. A and E are developing countries. So total sub countries का मिला के, if it does not exceed 9% of the total import from all the countries, this is share of import of that article does not exceed 3% of the import of that article from that country. Okay, right? Then it is safeguarding duty nahi lagega. Okay, for this earlier in final exam, but of course now this is in inter, so inter के लिए भी एक दो बहुत अच्छे examples हैं. We can discuss it now itself in the notebook. पहले आप पढ़ो इसको एक बार, कुछ भी डाउट है तो पूछो. 3% and 9%. Yes. Once only in the scanner you have a question. Let us take that. Okay, once again I want to repeat, safeguarding duty is levied so that you are not over importing from a country, because that will harm the Indian industries. So the share of that country's import should not exceed 1% of the total import from the developing countries. Okay? So an aggregate of the share of the import from all the developing countries, it should not exceed 9%. समझ में आ गया? Aggregate of import from all such countries does not exceed 9% of the total import of that article from developing country and the developed country. ठीक है? Right. चलो, let us take an example for this. I thought of adding it here. अब नहीं किया तो अभी नोटबुक में लेंगे, because they can ask you question on this. Safeguarding duty not applicable in following cases. Following cases, safeguarding duty is not applicable. Very good evening to all of you. Cool. चलें साथ में? Yeah. Let us take the examples of L Okay. L Limited say we have imported. L Limited say we have imported, say 140 boxes. L M O P Q. ठीक है? अब M Limited से. Okay. Take the example one by one, but it's very nice. Say from M Limited we have imported 2,200 boxes. O Limited we have imported, say 60 boxes. P Limited we have imported 30 boxes and 70 boxes. Is it coming to 2,200, 300, 400, 2,500 boxes we have imported from all this? Okay. Now all these are developing countries. Developing country. This is developed country. So developed country को तो safeguarding duty लगता ही नहीं, I mean से compulsory लगेगा, नहीं लगने का सवाल ही नहीं है, right? whatever you are importing from the developed countries, वहां से तो लगेगा ही. All the others are developing country. Now let us check the percentage of each one. How do you check, beta? 140 divided by 2400 into 100. I know thoda sa calculation hai, but exactly same if they ask 3-4 marks problem, and if it is easier than DT and GST, you can definitely go for it. 140 divided by 2400 into 100. So this is 5.6%. ओके ये तो आएगा ही नहीं क्योंकि डेवलप्ड कंट्री है. 60 डिवाइड बाय 2500 into 100, that is 2.4%. 30 divided by 2500 into 100, that's 1.2%. And 70 divided by 2500 into 100, that's 2.8%. Okay. Okay. Now in this, we will keep 5.6 as separate. Okay. Because it is exceeding 3%. The total import from this L limited is exceeding 3%. Okay. So it is greater than 3%. तो इस पे safeguarding duty लगेगा. इसको छोड़ के the other three, do the total. 2.8 plus 1.2 plus 2.4. Everything else from all the developing countries put together, excluding this, because on this anyhow safe. If this individually are less than 3%, but aggregate if they exceed 9%, then on all safeguarding duty will be applicable. So now here safeguarding duty is applicable for L limited. M limited to वैसे ही आएगा. Why? Because it's a developed countries. Only for developing countries, if your individual import is less than 3% or put together from all the developing countries, it's less than 9%. Can you see it's less than 9%? Then no import duty will be charged. Safeguarding duty not applicable on what, beta? OPQ. Take this down, try to understand, and if you have any doubt, ask me. 1%, 9%, is it clear or is there any confusion? 10 to 15 minutes and this topic is over. I knew it that I'll complete in 1 hour and then I'll revise the first chapter for learning purpose, exam oriented. And tomorrow, don't miss the class. It's very important. I'm little doubtful about the Saturday's class. We'll message you in the challengers or in the group. Monday, so we are going to continue. Monday, it will be little longer, sharp 6:30 because very important. Transaction value, थोड़े MCQs, थोड़े बड़े problems सब करेंगे बेटा. ठीक है? चलो. Monday and Tuesday only we will take better. Okay? Right. Safeguarding duty is not applicable where individually from each developing country, the import is less than 3%. So here it is applicable, here it is applicable, here not applicable. Here it's going to be applicable if individual import is less than 3%. But aggregate imports from all the developing countries, if it exceeds 9%, सब पे duty लगेगा, नहीं तो नहीं लगेगा. Clear? Finish writing? Right. And learning also, check again. I know I went little slower. And to get back the link again, please go back from where we started this topic. Ma'am, क्यों इतना computation नहीं, permutation combination नहीं, क्या cumulative? In statistics, we call it cumulative. So we have finished with basic custom duty. We know protective duty. We know safeguarding duty. We know social welfare surcharge applicable on the basic custom duty. IGST and GST on all the duties says सब पे लगता है. Now only two duties are left. See, when IGST was not there, if you see older scanners and all, countervailing duty under 1 to compensate excise duty, countervailing duty under 3 to compensate the VAT. But VAT or excise duty नहीं है, तो अब ये भी नहीं लगता है. But of course, there is certain custom duty on the subsidized products. What are they? Yeah. Acha, there is one more thing important for MCQ purpose. Sometimes if the government feels no, we should implement safeguarding duty, otherwise it's going to be very dangerous for our country. So they may introduce it for 200 days from here. Starting point say 200 days. Then if they want, they can continue for 4 years. If they wish, they can continue for 10 years. 4 years, not after 200 days. 0 से 200 days पहले they will put the provisional safeguard. You know what is provisional registration? You can give your foundation exam after 12th class, but after 10th you can take a provisional registration. Once you submit 12th ka mark sheet and exam and all done. Huh? So provisional safeguarding duty, the central government may, pending determination of safeguarding measure, apply provisional safeguarding duty on the preliminary assessment on increased import. Too much of import is happening from this country. Let us start, and it's going to harm the domestic industry. Let us do, and it shall be enforced not for more than 200 days. Further, where on final determination, the central government is of opinion that increased import have not caused and all, they may refund also. We tried to apply in 200 days, then we said, no, there's no danger, no need to put the safeguarding duty, refund, further refund, right? Duration of imposition, it can extend up to 4 years or it can extend up to 10 years. Safeguarding duty shall not apply to article imported by 100% EOUs or unit in SEZ unless DTA. See, you know what is EOUs? EOUs may some raw material I am importing and 100% I am exporting. Special economic zone may, if I am importing, I am going to export. So if I am importing a product later on for export purpose only, safeguarding duty is not levied unless you are importing in SEZ and then selling it in DTA. What is DTA? Domestic Tariff India. Followed all of you? Anywhere repetition is required, ma'am, please repeat. If you say, I'll surely do for all of you. Next, countervailing duty on subsidized article. Again same, I'm telling you, our product is 10, China का product भी 10 है, उनके country में they are getting government subsidy. Oh, we'll give you 7 rupees off, you can sell it in other countries in 3 rupees. Just charge 3 from Indian customer, we will give you the 7 rupees subsidy. So any country, directly or indirectly, any subsidy upon manufacture, production thereon, or the exportation therefrom of any article, such article is imported in India, such article is imported from a country, an article is imported in same condition as and when exported from that country, okay, then the central government may impose countervailing duty not exceeding the amount of subsidy. You can't put here countervailing duty 8 and allow them to sell in 11. They are coming to India in 3 because in their country they are getting subsidy. Oh, you are getting subsidy, no? We will put here countervailing duty. It should be 10. I want to repeat, countervailing duty cannot be more than the subsidy received. That calculation is done. Such duty shall be in force for 5 years. Safeguarding duty for how many years? 200 days. Might be 4 years, then 10 years. And countervailing duty for how many years? 5 years. Okay. नेक्स्ट इज एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी. टोल्ड ना कि वॉल्यूमनेस आ जाता है इंडिया में. Dumping is said to occur when goods are exported by country at a price lower than its normal value. Their country, the price is 10, our country 10. They are sending it as 7, 3 rupees dal do. Anti-dumping duty is exactly the difference between what's the normal price 10. What is the export price in their country? 7. Why? Ma'am, same, no like subsidy, yeah. Anti-dumping is a measure to rectify situation arising out of dumping of goods and its trade distortive effect. Thus, the purpose of anti-dumping duty is to rectify the trade distortive effect. The use of anti-dumping measure as an instrument of fair competition is permitted by WTO. In fact, anti-dumping is an instrument for ensuring fair trade and is not a measure. Okay, this is all an explanation. याद क्या रखना है बेटा एग्जाम के लिए? An article is exported by exporter from a country at less than normal value. Such article is imported. Central government will put anti-dumping duty for MCQ purpose, not exceeding margin of dumping. What is margin of dumping? Normal price 10. और हमारे कंट्री में कितने में भेजा? 3 एक्सपोर्ट प्राइस. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Provisional anti-dumping duty. Same like provisional safeguarding duty, they'll try first to implement. Central government may pending the decision put this, they shall have the determination, and if they feel ki no not required, then they can refund also. A notification issued on any anti-dumping duty shall not apply for articles imported by 100% EOUs or SEZ. Same. EOUs और SEZ को एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी सेफगार्डिंग ड्यूटी नहीं लगता. क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? आउट ऑफ ऑल द ड्यूटीज, बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी तो सबको मालूम है, इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. सोशल वेलफेयर surcharge is also important. Other than this, the most important duty is anti-dumping duty. Problems are asked for 7 marks and they are very easy. Are tell me, those who all are live, is it easy or not? All clear? A commodity is imported in India from a country covered by notification issued by the central government under section 9A. Okay. Following particulars are given. Assessable value is 12,62,500. Okay. Quantity imported is 500 kgs. IGST rate is 18%. As per notification, anti-dumping duty will be equal to the difference between the cost of the commodity calculated, that's $50 per kg, $500 kg import kiya, 50 per kg they have taken the rate, and these many dollars, and 70, okay, $1 US dollar का rate, and they landed. समझ में आ रहा है? So normal price is this along with duties and all. But now let us see they have imported at what value. So first of all, basic custom duty is charged only on accessible value. Basic custom duty ma'am हम बाद में charge करते हैं या नहीं? Tell me, without screen को मैंने 2 minute off कर दिया. You tell me the format. On transaction value, first what you need to charge? Basic custom duty. On basic custom duty, social welfare cess. Now other duties. Other duties can be without this basic and what do you call it? SWS. For SWS nahi lagega other duties. And now accessible value, basic custom duty, SWS, other duties, all put together what you get. On this, what will you put? IGST and the compensation cess. Clear to all of you? Right. Ajo. So very nice problem. Until now, if you ask me which problem is important, then this is important. Of course, we'll be doing the combined problems in last class from all the topics. एक जो कल का कॉन्सेप्ट बाकी है वो हो जाने के बाद। ओके, सो accessible value, basic custom duty, SWS landing. Basic custom duty is 10%. SWS nothing given, 10% on basic. So this is your landed value of imported goods. इंडिया में जो हमको पढ़ना चाहिए. But they said the rate of the commodity they have taken as 50 per kg into 500 into 70 exchange rate. So they said that the quantity imported and anti-dumping duty will be applicable to the difference between the cost at what you have imported, calculated, and the landed value of the commodity. The landed value is the actual value. But what should have been the value as per the customs? 500 kg. Each kg is 50 US dollars and total 70 rupees per US dollar के हिसाब से 1750. Oh my God. These goods should have been imported at 17,50,000. But other country has said, चलो 14 लाख में लेके जाओ. They want to dump anti-dumping duty. Exactly. This is your normal price. This is your landed price or actual price. Normal price and landed price difference is your anti-dumping duty. Ma'am, on anti-dumping duty, SWS लगेगा क्या नहीं लगेगा? Some of the students are, ma'am, the more questions you are asking, we are getting more confused. हो जाओ. कितना confused हो कि कितना होंगे, time will come and you'll be super clear. ठीक है? After anti-dump, see, basic custom duty, SWS, anti-dumping duty. Now what value you are getting? On this you will charge GST. Ma'am, goods compensation says नहीं है, छोड़ दो. ठीक है? Total custom duty payable is what? A. A क्या था आपका? Basic custom duty. B. This C, anti-dumping duty, and F. They are not asking you the total value of goods. Huh? Total value of goods से मतलब नहीं है बेटा. That is my import cost. और उसमें भी IGST तो I'll take. Nowhere it's written, but in exam they can ask you. Will I get input tax credit of 315? Yes. But do the total now. What is your total duty? 120. Shall we do this in notebook again? More problem like this. 126,250 plus 12,625 12,625 or anti-dumping duties 348,625 and 3,15,000 is IGST. 8,02,000. 8,02,000. Clear to all of you? Mark this, very, very important, that whatever is the landed price. See, beta, if you compare this and this, gone. काफी सारा मैंने explanation. Students, if you miss out and if you compare this, gone. Assessable value pe anyhow we have to pay basic duty. Basic duty is always payable on assessable value. On basics duty, even if they don't give anything in the question paper, you have to pay the social welfare. This June mock test paper 1 month back only I have solved. I really felt I have solved it thoda over jaldi. Huh? Mock test paper of DT IDT custom already solved kiya hai. In that MCQ they have asked this. That what will be the rate of the social welfare surcharge? 10% on basic custom duty. Basic custom duty, 10% on assessable value. Now put together what you get. This is my landed price in India. Whereas what was the market value of the product? I imported 500 kg. Per kg rate in US market was 50 per kg US dollars and multiplied by per dollar rate. So I should have got at 17,50,000. I am getting at 14. This difference is they are giving me, हाँ जा जाओ लेके जाओ 14 में. because they want to dump the goods in India. And like Indian people, oh, we normally get 1750, they are giving, chalo yehi khareed lete hain. No, stop. Put anti-dumping duty exactly equal to what's normal price, 17,50,000. What is the actual price or the landed price? Language is important. This difference you charge anti-dumping duty. Automatically your goods for GST purposes 17,50,000. Now GST is chargeable on this. I want to repeat, on the assessable value plus basic custom duty plus social welfare cess plus anti-dumping duty. Put together what you get, on that you are liable to charge GST. Please study and come this, because iske upar ka I am going to teach you tomorrow. What is FOB, what is CIF, what all expenditures are added, and all that in a very easy format. I'll make you learn in the notebook. But very important for all of you is to learn it in bits. My teaching experience I can share with all of you. How much excited a teacher is, chalo ye bhi kar lo, ye bhi kar lo. We have done 7 hours of marathon of DT. In 7 hours we can finish whole. But you will not be able to learn. Take a pause, and once again, my sandwich class I call it. All types of duty I'll revise, but ये format आज नींद में से भी learn करके आना. देखो, what is it? See, assessable value, add basic custom duty as social welfare and other anti-dumping duty also. You will get assessable value for GST. Add IGST on this assessable value and the GST compensation cess also. Okay? Right. Safeguarding duty less than 3% from that country, or less than 9% of the aggregate of import from all the developing countries, and from single country less than 3%, from all the developing countries less than 9%. No safeguarding duty. What is anti-dumping duty? The landed price in India minus the normal price. That's anti-dumping duty. What is protective duty? We have seen. No formula, only for these two they have given the formula. बेटा चलो एक और है देखो. Shall we do on our own? 5 minutes time given to you. Please don't scroll the material कि मैम नीचे ही आंसर दिया है. खुद से एक बार ट्राई तो करो. Just try to do it on your own. Just from the screen, make sure you solve it. You will get superb confidence, I'm telling you. हो गया, चैप्टर ही खत्म हो गया. Exactly same problem. Now they're all coming from the scanners and all. Different book, past exam papers. Some final part which has come in Inter, that same problem. Custom portion कितना कम हो गया है. Procedural part, warehousing. Answer. What is the total custom duty payable? You can make one more column and write the duties over there, total duties. They are not bothered to ask you, beta, what are the total value of the goods? No, they just want the total duty. A commodity is imported from a country covered under notification of Section 9A. Following other particulars are given. Assessable value is 631,250. Without seeing the answer, we should discuss. Imported goods दिया है, basic custom duty is 10%, 63,125. और जैसे ये आता है ना, इसका छोटा भाई, younger brother of the basic custom duty is social welfare cess. That will be 10% on this. This will be 10%. So 6,312.5 है तो 13. Now what you get, this is called as landed price. 631 250 plus 63125 plus 6313. So what's your landed price? 700,688. Whereas from foreign country, how many goods you have imported? 250 kgs, 50 per kg, US dollars 70. 250 into 50 into 70. 8 lakh 75,000 should be the value. So what is the value of anti-dumping duty? Anti-dumping duty is the difference between the normal price and the landed price. 174,312. Ma'am, on this should we charge the social welfare surcharge? No. And on this 18% IGST. 8,75,000 pay 18%. 157 fund. This is the total value of goods, but they are bothered about the duty. 1, 2, 3 or 4. What's the total duty? 63125. Are you doing with me? Plus 6313 plus 174,312 plus GST 150. GST का credit मिलेगा, but the total duty is 401250. Without seeing the answer, it's 401250. Okay. Sometimes if they feel no anti-dumping duty or safeguarding duty is not right, shall they refund? Yes. Certain cases it's not chargeable. This point is important. No duty will be calculated if amount of duty is less than 100. Jao. Ji lo apni zindagi. If the custom duty is 80 rupees, 90 rupees, we don't want the duty less than 100. Like income tax is rounded off in the multiples of 10. It's not rounding off. It's the total custom duty. If it is less than 100, we don't want. Apart from this, additional duty, countervailing duty, special additional duty is also applicable. Generally, these duties are subsumed in GST. कहीं ना कहीं है, ठीक है. Not reference is required. In general, no export duty is payable. As I said, we want to encourage the export. So if other countries we are sending the goods and at 15 and there they are available as 14, arre ruko. You are exporting, no? Don't charge IGST. Don't charge this. Don't charge custom duty. Let them go at 13 and compete the other market. So in general, no duty is payable on export. However, government has imposed export duty on certain goods like leather goods, ferrous waste, scrap, snake skin, etc., which is not permitted. Okay. So only rarely export duty is levied. But I want you to revise this as a song again and again. Social welfare surcharge is not applicable on export. If you read my notebook notes when I started the class, it will be very, very clear. Social welfare surcharge is only on the import, that too 10%, that too on basic custom duty. You know, it's like this. On your total income, you calculate tax. On tax, you calculate surcharge. And on tax plus surcharge, you calculate the health and education. तो वैसा ही है. On assessable value, basic custom duty. On basic custom duty, social welfare. और अगर कुछ और एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी है वो. And now on this assessable value for IGST, charge GST on this assessable value. And GST के ऊपर compensation cess नहीं लगेगा. The GST compensation cess is also applicable on this value only. This is called mind mapping. The more you revise with me, the more it will be clear. Okay. And now going to yesterday's class, there was some doubts for FOB and CIF. FOB, CIF, we are going to do it in the next class. So don't worry for that. And MCQs भी करेंगे, थोड़े और question answers भी करेंगे. Yeah. Tuesday तक हो जाएगा आपका पूरा portion. Okay. What are the 4 cases in which duty is not levied? Yeah, pilfered goods. If the 1000 kgs may, after the goods have been unloaded, before proper officer has sent it for home consumption or warehouse, if the goods are pilfered, choti moti chori, small theft, say 10 kgs, you don't have to pay. Remission of duty on destroyed goods. Any time after unloading in warehouse, anywhere, if the goods are completely destroyed by fire, flood, natural incidences, ki there was a cyclone or port mein bahut damage ho gaya and all, then the duty is remitted, means the duty is cancelled. It's not charged. Relinquishment of title means I imported the goods but I don't want it. You've sent it so late, uski puri, it is deteriorated, it is out of market, I don't want it. So if I relinquish the goods, okay, right, then the title has gone, okay, and after that whoever buys it in auction, they will pay the duty. Okay, last one is reduced duty. See, if I have imported the goods, that time the value was 1 lakh, but when the custom officer, and the basic duty was 10%, but when custom officer valued, he says no, no, they are not completely destroyed, they are not chota mota chori, yeah, but 1 lakh goods, the value has become 70%, that's 70,000. So will you reduce the duty also? Yeah, 1 lakh mein the duty was 10,000. 7,000 mein it will be 7,000. So proportionately the duty will be reduced for the damaged goods. I hope remission is clear. It's like cancellation. Don't charge the duty. Other than this, some my hi-fi foreign friends are there. Kahan? Yeah. Derelict wreck, jetsam, flotsam, Titanic story. Because the ship was sinking in the small jetty ships, you know, it is sent to India. India नहीं, मतलब उसमें से बाहर आ जाते हैं. Or if some products are thrown in the water, ki no, otherwise the ship will become heavy and all this. As long as they are gone, vanished in the sea, no problem. But if they are coming to the shore and if you are willing to take it home, you have to pay the duty. Okay, right? So that is all decided by the proper officer. This distinction question they can ask. First chapter in GST, first chapter in custom is very, very important for MCQ, and the weightage of custom 30 pages material में 2 marks के कम से कम 4 marks MCQ you will get. Okay, right? So that's all for today's class. We have completed the types of duties. We have completed the format. Formula बोलो फिर से एक बार. Accessible value. Ma'am, but accessible value FOB or CIF कल. We'll check it tomorrow. Okay. We can. There's no class. Next class will be little longer because very important things I want to teach. So accessible value, add basic custom duty, add social welfare surcharge on the basic custom duty. Okay, right? Now anti-dumping, safeguarding, protective, other duties. On other duties, the social welfare surcharge is not there. Now you do the total. Accessible value, basic custom duty, social welfare surcharge, other duties. Now what you get total on this, import is treated as interstate sales, put IGST. And if it is a demerit product, also put goods compensation cess as a percentage on accessible value, not on GST. And then when you do the total, please remember the silliest of mistake. Ma'am, institute को क्या दुश्मनी है? मैंने पूरा correct किया. They are not giving me 7 marks. You are doing the total value of the product. They are asking you the total duty. So you have to do total duty in the separate column. Basic duty, SWS, other duties, IGST, and if goods compensation says. These are your total duties, not the total value of the product. वो नहीं चाहिए. तो आपने total answer ही नहीं लिखा, तो obviously they'll do 1 and 2 marks minus. Okay. Next thing is, when you do those total duties and total taxes, sometimes in exam they are asking you, will you get input tax credit for the basic custom duty and SWS and all? No. SWS क्या है ना, आप जाके starting से देखो class. Okay, tell me one reason. The reason of taking this YouTube live, let me complete that part. ITC is allowed only on IGST. Okay, right. I'm taking these classes live in YouTube. Otherwise, I can record in this weekend 2 घंटे के और 2 lecture, upload it, and you watch it as you like. The only reason of doing these classes live is I don't know. I myself feel very dynamic and into the class when it is live in YouTube. That teaching is different, or it has to be face to face class. Recording नहीं समझ में आता. Another reason is so that you can interact with me. I'm seeing all the live chats. Okay. Yeah. Gaurav, just a very big hello to you also. You have any doubt, then you can ask, or if you want to comment. See, as you all also look for motivation, we are also doing a lot of work. Are you seeing or not? So comment below if it is very clear. Comment below if you have any doubt, or join the Telegram. Click the picture, any material scanner, study material, ma'am, in this problem, how did we get this? I'll surely clear it with a voice note, but you have to give 24 hours time. ऐसे 2 minute नहीं देखे तब तक hello, I can listen to you all. Huh? And some students are like, ma'am, notes, notes, notes ऐसे लिख के भेजते हैं. Ma'am, can you please share the notes? थोड़ा सा courtesy से बात करो. You will also be raised. You will also feel good. I'll also feel good. All DT compiler notes, all GST notes, all these custom notes, what I'm using, just see the 30 pages material. Scanner ke, past exam ke, study material ke, important, all the questions are covered. And last, we are going to practice the MCQs also. See you all in the next class. Bye-bye. Work very hard. Don't doubt yourself. Make a very realistic plan for you. If you're feeling मैंने सोचा था 5 घंटे पढ़ूंगा, 3 ही घंटे पढ़ा और बहुत गुस्सा आया और time waste कर दिया, then this is not your quality. Your quality is okay. I studied for 3 hours. I decided for 5 hours. But I know now I can make a realistic plan, have a better control. थोड़ा सा आज लेट सोऊंगा, but the 2 hours which I didn't study, at least for that part, can I do some questions? Can I do some MCQs? Can I refer one past exam paper? Stretch little extra. You all have the capacity, and it's all in your hand to make your life beautiful and amazing. There's no saturation की CA CMA जिसको देखो वही कर रहा है, क्योंकि इतना कम में हो जाता है. The fees, the charges are very less compared to other courses in India abroad. This is not it. Still the heads are turning. I feel that when I say I'm a chartered accountant. So it is in your hand. God bless you all. Work with clarity. And one Guru Dakshina, if you want to give me, is don't get distracted by your environment. Your parents are your well-wishers, but they are not that. उनको उतना डेप्थ नहीं मालूम है प्रोफेशनल एग्जाम का. They don't know that depth. So sometimes they may say, बेटा 2 group लिख ले. If you are confident that I can prepare very well 4 subjects, but not 8 subjects, go for it. Don't write 8 subjects emotionally bind. Okay, you are carving your own future for yourself, and give them comfort also. I am also mom first and then ma'am, so I'm taking this opportunity to speak 5 minutes extra. Give them also the comfort. Mom just wish best for me, that I'm preparing super well. I'm able to recollect in exam. मेरे पेपर बहुत अच्छे जा रहे हैं. अब बस ये मेरे लिए pray करो. Rest all and take care. And we are always there to support you in WhatsApp and Telegram. Goodbye, good night, all of you. See you all in the next class. Smallest of doubt is also doubt. पूछो ना.